everyone, welcome to our new series Data Story, where data will be simplified for you for value addition and it will be available for you at just one place. So today in Data Story, we are going to talk about the numbers related to renewable energy. Let us get straight to the numbers, starting with understanding that what exactly is the composition of installed power capacity when we are talking about India. So if we are looking at total installed capacity, it is 524 gigawatt, and if you look at this number, this is almost more than 100% increase if we compare it to 2014. But the better part of this story is the fact that the non-fossil share of this number is also more than 50%, that is 52.5. That means 275 gigawatt is coming from non-fossil fuel. And another pointer that you can take up from here, that our nationally determined contribution target, which was set for 2030, this target of 50% coming from non-fossil fuel has been achieved 5 years earlier. Apart from that fact, when we are looking at specifically renewable capacity, so when we are talking about this 275 gigawatt, amidst that we are getting 266.7 gigawatt from renewable capacity itself. If we look at the rankings in there, which we will be considering in detail just after this, the last thing that we need to see is what is the peak demand that has been met in India as of now. That has been around 242.5 gigawatt, which was the highest record of financial year 24-25. Now straight up moving to a better breakdown of this and looking at what is the fuel wise installed capacity, because that will give us a clearer insight. Till date, coal and lignite is responsible for highest share when we are talking about fossil fuels, 45.8% coming from coal. When we are looking at renewable energy, the highest contributors present here are solar, wind and large hydro, where solar is contributing for 26.7%, that is 140 gigawatts. Wind is contributing for 9.2%, that is 48 gigawatt, and large hydro for 47 gigawatt, 9% contribution. But there is a very important section that given in this time that we need to consider in terms of power capacity and power generation, that is nuclear power. So talking about nuclear power, as of now we are situated at 8.5 gigawatt, contribution of merely 1.6%, but at the same time all of this composition situates us as the 524 gigawatt power generation. Now let us move towards an understanding that how this can be presented better. This can be presented better in form of a bar graph as well, and you can use it, capture it if you are trying to present three highest contributors, then in form of a bar graph. Now let us look at the timeline, that how it has gradually evolved. 2014, let us look at the number, the total capacity 248, present 524 gigawatt, that means 100% development in that context. 2022, we get to see in 8 years, India becomes the fourth largest renewable energy producer. If we are looking at 2025, solar capacity has crossed 100 gigawatt, which was a very important aim that was taken up and it was met earlier. Apart from that, if you look at the recent achievements where we have met the NDC target, where we are seeing total capacity which has crossed 500 gigawatts, the important factors come in terms of future. For 2030, we have a target of 500 gigawatt non-fossil capacity. That means we will be generating from non-fossil fuels 500 gigawatts. Apart from that, 100 gigawatt nuclear capacity. As of now, we saw that will be elevated to more than 100 gigawatt, and this is a target that has been set with Viksit Bharat when our country will be considered developed, and that target would has been considered for 2047. And 2070, we know we have already net zero emissions target to achieve. This is the long-term goal that India is going for. Now moving straight up towards global rankings, looking at Third in solar PV installed capacity, we are behind China and USA. Fourth in wind power installed capacity, behind China, USA and Germany. Fourth again in total renewable energy capacity, and overall regional producer, we are considered fourth globally. Then third largest consumer of electricity, that also remains India. Can you tell me in the comment section which are the two countries which are taking up the first and second position here? And last, to conclude, we have to look at the targets of the coming times as well. Solar power, which is currently situated at 140 gigawatt, is aimed to be taken up to 509 gigawatt till 2035-36. That means a 3.6 time X addition would be taken. Coal would be increasing, but you can see the increase here is pretty limited. Apart from that, if we talk about wind, it is also going to see an addition of 3.2x. Large hydro, big numbers here, 66% addition, and nuclear also we are changing big numbers here. For 2047, this number is going to become 100 gigawatt as we discussed. So that means overall total capacity is going to take a double leap from 524 gigawatt to 1121 gigawatt. Now that was the data story of renewable energy numbers of India. The next part we will be discussing some global numbers.